Recording in progress. Right, so this is recorded, as I mentioned earlier. I don't publicly present the link, but the link is there on my YouTube page, and it's hidden, but you can share it. If there's anyone that objects to being on video to announce this, then you can hide yourself or drop off. But it is here for the memorabilia of the guest, and also if they want to share it with friends and family also. Right, so without further ado, I'm just going to explain for the new people how this works. So every week we have a featured guest, brought to you by Visibility Impact, right? Okay, right. And you can be any type of guest. So it doesn't matter what type of business you have. Everyone's entitled to be a guest. So the spotlight will be on the guest for 1 hour. And within that hour, we basically split it into different parts. The first part is a background into the guest, so a bit about them, so we can connect with them. And then we transition into their business, what their business is, how we can help them, where they are in their business. And then basically the interaction, we open it up to the audience to interact. So you can ask questions. The guests can ask questions at any time if they want to ask the audience anything. And if you've got questions that you want to ask, I'm kind of steering the conversation, so it's a bit of free flowing. So I might ask the obvious questions, so don't feel you have to jump in and ask. It might be answered. If it's not answered, then you've got your chance later on to ask any questions as well, just to keep the flow going. So we kick this off every week with our singer, Emily, who's disappeared. Oh no, there she is. Oh, you're hidden. You're like a silhouette. But just before we go, we do this in partnership with 𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗏, and maybe Victoria, you can just explain a bit about what 𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗏 is.
Yeah, sure. So hello everyone, happy to see new faces today. 𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗏 is an all-in-one platform for entrepreneurs to connect and collaborate, and we have all the tools within the platform to make sure your collaboration goes as smooth as possible. And we have event section, and you can find events like James's in those, and we also have groups where like-minded people come closer together, and all of the other fun features. And I think the biggest distinction between us and all the other social media platforms is that we are invite only, and we're based on trust and collaboration as our main values. So if anything that I said resonates with you, feel free to send me or James a message, and we're going to invite you to the network.
Excellent. So what I'll do is I'll also share, this is by invitation only. So I will share my link, and then the thing is, once you're in and you share your own, everybody gets a personal link. And if you share your link, then it just shows the kind of the trail of who you invited, and kind of the credit goes towards you. It's also based on kind of a token scheme. So the more activity that you show within 𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗏, that there will be at some point kind of rewards for participating and doing things. So you can also run your own shows. You can either do it directly in 𝗦𝗧𝗏, because there is a video conferencing facility within that, or I typically do mine separately, although I tie it in, as in we do it in partnership with 𝗦𝗧𝗏, but I use my own Zoom link only because I already had it going, and it just made a lot of sense to carry on using what I was more familiar with. So, right, we have Emily normally pops in, does a song, drops out because she's busy schedule or likes to disappear early for the weekend. So, Emily, we're going to pass over to you. So you're going to tell us a little bit for the new people, kind of what you do, and then what song you're going to sing today, and then we'll all sit back and listen.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So for the new people who don't know me, I'm from England, but I'm living in Lausanne in Switzerland. And I have a business called Be Creative, and I create holiday camps, birthday parties, and off-school activities for children. And then I also teach piano and singing, and I play piano and sing as well. So yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
And today you're going to...
So today, I'm sorry, it's a really depressing song, but It is. It's by Adele, and I love Adele, and 90% of her songs are really depressing. This is one of my favorites, but yeah, it's not very happy.
All right, okay. But you can smile and make us happy.
Okay, so I'm going to try again with the microphone. I know I stopped for a few weeks with the mic because wasn't great, was it? But I'll try again.
Yeah.
And you guys let me
Yeah,
know.
because I send you a copy of these as well, so then you can listen to see how it was on the recording, and then you can kind of adjust accordingly.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Actually, do you ever watch them when I send them to you?
Not yet. Well, sometimes, but I'm going to, because you're absolutely right. I should, for the sound check and everything.
Yeah, it's just for you really to get the sound check and then to look at yourself sing.
Yeah, very true. Okay.
So you're just going to do a sound check to make sure it's okay?
I'll do a little, yeah. So. Hello.
Yes, perfect. So Boyan, because Boyan's the sound checker. Is that okay, Boyan? Yeah, okay. Away you go.
I believe I don't need your honesty. It's already in your eyes. And I'm
Oh, excellent.
Wow.
It is a beautiful song.
Yeah, I really like it. And it's not
And-
so well known either.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I mean, the sound quality was great. For one kind of split second, we kind of lost the signal a bit and then it came back again.
Yeah.
But check out the recording when you see it and tell us what you think. I mean, if you want to adjust anything. So
Yeah.
when you see the recording.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks, Emily. It was perfect.
Yeah.
And if people want to reach out to Emily, you can find where's the best place to find you?
Facebook or email or Instagram.
Okay, maybe if you just before you disappear, if you could just put in the chat maybe a link so that people can reach out if they want.
Okay.
I know you need to shoot.
I do.
All right,
Thank you very
so
much.
thanks, Emily, again. Have a great weekend, and remember I'm on holiday for 2 weeks, so there's nothing until the 30th now.
Okay. All right then. Well, lovely to see you all and have a great 2 weeks off.
Great to hear you.
Okay, thanks, Emily. Right, now our 55th guest, our featured business guest is, now I'm not going to try to pronounce your name because every time I pronounce people's names, I get them wrong. So to save myself embarrassment, our 55th guest is
Mona Rosenberg.
Mona, okay, Rosenberg. Okay, well, that was an easy one anyway. Right, I've had some really difficult ones, got it completely wrong. But anyway, Mona, you are our 55th guest. So congratulations.
So thank you.
And this is your life.
This is my life, yes.
I always think of I mention it every week. It's like a program on TV. But this is your first time on here as well, isn't it? Oh, you were on last week.
I were on last week.
Okay.
I listened and looked what you're doing, what all of you are presenting, how you do it, and it was really interesting.
Okay, so right, because you also do podcasts, don't you?
Yes.
Right. But you do it more traditional, or you do it with an audience?
We do it mostly on LinkedIn Live, directly. So that everybody can watch it, and if they do not have any time, they can watch it afterwards anytime. So they do not have to go to YouTube or somewhere else. They only can click on the link, Mona were live with guests. Okay. So we do it differently. We have different types of. Right.
So we do it kind of a lot different to others because we try to blend in a few different things, like with the singing, with 𝗏𝗏𝗏, with the regulars, the interaction. So it's just a different way, right? And it's not necessarily a focus on promoting a business of such. It's more about getting to know the person. So let's get to know who Mona is, right?
Yeah.
So people, if they want to ask any questions, you can use the chat as well. But typically for the first part, we'll just steer this around. Emily had to drop off, so she's just saying goodbye. Right. So the spotlight is on you, Mona, and yeah. Also, feel free to join 𝗏𝗏𝗏 if you wish. There's no obligation to join, but if you wish to join, then you also get a badge, a featured business badge for being a guest, right?
So it was too quick in between.
Yeah. Okay.
So we had only 1 week in between. So, and will have a look and talk to some people afterwards and after my holidays as well. So.
Yeah, because I think for what you do, although we'll come on to that later, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is all about connecting people and networking, and what you do is about that. So if there's some mutual interest, then it helps everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's kick this off. So before we go into your business, we don't want to know about your business just yet, although we've alluded to it. We want to know about you. And this is Pete just joining. So Pete is a regular. So Pete, all the way from Atlanta.
Wow.
Right.
I'm in Naples, Florida today.
Ah, still in Florida.
Wow.
Still in Florida.
How long?
August, middle of August.
Oh, right. Wow.
So,
Okay.
Quite early.
It's messing with my schedule. Yes, that's why I'm a little late. Apologies.
You can pop round to see my sister in Tampa. It's her birthday today.
Oh my gosh. I was in Tampa about 2 weeks ago. If I'd have known, I'd have swung by.
All right. Okay. So, right, Pete's normally a regular and also has been a guest and a great story to tell. And if you want to hear his story, we could probably dig it out the archive somewhere.
Yeah.
And you could listen to it. But anyway, Mona, let's start this off. So tell us a bit about where you are at the moment. So we have no idea where you are.
So I am at the moment in my office at home next to Frankfurt, in between Frankfurt and Wiesbaden in Germany.
Right. And you're originally from?
I'm originally from the very north of Germany, next to the Danish border.
Okay. And you've always lived in Germany, in somewhere or other?
Mostly in Germany, but everywhere in Germany.
Right.
So I was born in the north of Germany. We moved all 3 years within the northern of Germany because of my dad's business. He was an instructor of the, how do you call it, training ship 𝗪𝗡𝗥 from Germany. And he was sailing around the world, around the globe all the time. And therefore we lived in the north of Germany next to the harbors.
Right. And what brought you to Frankfurt?
So I had some steps in between. I studied in Stuttgart. I lived next to the 𝗘𝗔𝗖𝗛𝗪 area in Germany, very south of Germany, where I lived for a longer time because of work and things like that. And then I found a job in Frankfurt. So, and when I was working here, they first sent me over to the north of Germany because I had to implement the system administration functions and office for a big auto bank, the Mitsubishi Bank, in Flensburg. So yeah, I was a back and forth north, south, middle, and yeah.
So you're happy there now, or you fancy moving somewhere else?
Yes, I like to move back to Hamburg somehow. So in the surrounding of water.
Yeah. But with your current role, you could live anywhere, could you?
Yes, I can.
All right, so you could move.
I can, yeah.
Okay, so growing up, you had siblings?
Yes, I have 3 siblings. So I have 2 sisters and 1 brother, and I'm the eldest. So
so were you the bossy one?
I'm the bossy one, yes.
Yeah, I found that my sister was the eldest, and she was always the bossy one. But then I was the bossy one to my younger brother, and he was the bossy one. So I mean, it kind of everyone was bossy. But I guess that's what it was like when you were a kid, and then you learn to be a leader rather than a boss later.
Yeah, no. So my brother was the youngest for many years, up to 15 years, and then my little sister arrived, and this was nearly before I left home.
Yeah. But they're all living in Germany, or?
No, they do not all live in Germany. So my sister, she is living in next to Lisbon with her husband.
I could pop in and see her.
Yes, you could. I can give you the address, the phone number, because she is living next to the coast.
Yeah, well, that's where we're off to.
Yeah, you see.
I might see her on the beach.
Perhaps.
Not the same beach as Isabel.
No, I think she is up to the north of Germany.
She's still hiding.
Might be a little bit warmer down there instead of the north and here, close to Denmark.
Maybe, yeah. So, and my other sisters and brothers, my brother lives in the north of Germany, and my little sister, she lives next to Düsseldorf.
Okay. So growing up as a child, did you have any ambitions, or were you inspired to do anything, or what did you want to do as a child?
For
work wise, I mean, when you were to finish school.
I really don't know, because it was so terrible. I had to move all the time. I never thought about anything special. So the teachers told me, you are not good enough to talk and learn languages. You are not good enough in this and that. I only was good in sports and things like that. But after school, everyone said, you have to go. And I wanted to, and I chose learning languages. So I moved to Stuttgart and learned languages, economics, and my favorite, sports. So I did a lot of sports in my life, and yes, and this was something I managed to do as well. So
just going back to kind of the schooling, so academically it was, I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily a challenge, but I mean, it wasn't a favored thing. And I guess rather than getting the support from the teachers, they would rather put you down for not being so good.
Yeah, that's it. But and it's the whole system what drives me crazy at the moment. So it was terrible when I went to school. It's terrible nowadays. So they really have to change all and everything, I guess. And I'm working on it with some people, that something's going on and has to go on. For me, it was always a fight.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of teachers here as guests as well from different parts of the world. One was in Panama, and she was saying that, yeah, it's exactly the same. I mean, the educational system is all academically driven, and you don't explore any emotional intelligence, which we're realizing now how important it is. And yeah, I mean, I see it even here in Switzerland. I mean, if you don't get an A+ in something, then you're an amount to nothing, and you might have to do that year again. And rather than, oh, well, do you know what my son does outside of school and his activities and sports and hobbies, and he's gifted at the piano? No idea. But anyway, we could talk about this subject all day. But so then sports-wise, you mentioned sports. So what were you doing in sports?
So at first, so my first sport activities were, I was a how do you call this? So it's something around what we do as a child. It's a very progressive combination.
Individual sport, or
no?
Say it in German. We probably can translate.
It's Leistungsturnen.
It's what?
Leistungsturnen, progressive. Yeah, I don't know. So, but this was something. It's all around these progressive sports and drilled sports for children, and all after that. So I did ballet because I loved it, because of the music. I'm very into music as well, and and after the ballet time, when I was getting older, I really did a lot of modern.
You end up drowning in indicators telling you conflicting information.
What's
Do you
that?
watch it trace like a hawk, occasionally moving your stop loss to...
Right, okay. That was Paul. You had something on in the background. Sorry about that. So sorry, I missed you.
No problem on that. So
you're a ballerina, or were?
Yes, I was. But I ended up with modern jazz dance, because this is much more free, like free jazz. It's much more, you don't have to stuck with some pirouettes and things like.
So it's jazz dancing.
Jazz dancing, yeah.
Yeah.
Modern jazz dancing. Yeah. So
Can you give us a twirl?
I try. At the moment, it's hard.
Yeah. But what is? I've never heard of that. Jazz dancing.
Jazz dancing. Yeah. Yeah. So perhaps I can send you some video on that.
You've
It's
never seen
very
jazz dancing?
professional, and it's not that strict like ballet. It's a little bit more, but you have nearly the same attitudes and.
Pete, did you say you've done it?
No, I haven't done it, but I've certainly seen jazz dancing to jazz music.
Yay!
Yeah, but sorry to interrupt, but to me this is not in a negative way, but this is art. This is dance. This is, to me. Did you compete? You said you feel like it was okay. So we're going to get to this. Okay.
Yes.
So we've just got in the chat competitive gymnastics and performance gymnastics. Is that what you were doing?
Yes. Performing gymnastics. Yeah, that was it.
All right.
Okay. Now we're getting to something.
Right. So really quite sporty, and now the dancing.
Yeah. And I did it for a long time, and at the end, during my studies of sports, at the end I ended up with all of the things around aerobics, step aerobics, and dancing and things like that. So I taught it, and but all after work hours. So it was fun for me.
But you're also a runner.
Huh?
You're also a runner.
Yes, I'm also a runner. Yeah.
Right.
So after my career with aerobic and dancing and all that, so because somehow I couldn't do it anyhow because I was traveling too much, and I had to find some other stuff, and I then started running because I could grab my shoes and could run in Florida. I could run in wherever you were. So it was really nice, and I had some brilliant people who brought me here in the surrounding, who brought me to run marathon as well. So I started with half marathons. I ended up with full marathons, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite an achievement in itself.
Yeah, but I did it also with inline skates. So I did also marathons. So started with that.
but you've done these outside of Germany as well?
What hasn't she done?
Huh?
Sorry, Pete?
I said, what haven't you done? I mean, it's amazing, all the different activities.
I'm still doing a lot of things, but I'm not able to run anymore because I had a surgery on the back.
Because the ballet shoes.
Yeah.
You're running in the wrong shoes.
Oh. No, it happened because the doctors didn't know why. So they had to. So, and I ended up with, you are not allowed to run anymore in the field.
Do you think the ballet, I mean, my mum used to be a ballet dancer, and she said it killed her feet because...
No, the feet are fine, but the back.
It was the back,
not the feet. And the neck.
All right. Okay. And that's from ballet dancing?
It's from ballet and from modern jazz dancing. Yeah.
All right. So what do you do now then, sports-wise?
Oh, I walk the dog. I do hiking, climbing. No, climbing not anymore. So we go hiking and biking.
Biking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Swimming.
So let's kind of fast forward a little bit now. So because I'm conscious about the time. So your marital status?
Yes.
You're married?
The latest. So the marathon.
Sorry?
What did you say? I didn't understand.
Your marital status. I mean, are you married?
Oh, married. Yes, I am.
And you have children?
And I have children, yes. I have grown-ups children, really. Yeah.
Right. And how old are the children?
Oh, so the eldest got 40 this year, and the youngest is 33.
Oh, wow. I thought you said 14.
No.
Right. You said 40 or 14?
I said 40, yes.
40.
40, and I have a grandchild. He's 10.
But that's not possible. You look so
It is.
young. If you'd said 14, I'd believe you.
Yes, you see, everything is possible.
Yeah. But you've
He
got an
stays
interest.
fit.
Yeah. It's from keeping fit. Right. So
But also in mind, keep in mind, it's also not only the body, it's also the mind who needs to be agile, moved, and keep fit.
yeah. But you have an interesting story about your wedding. Your wedding.
About my wedding, yes. So everybody will remember the wedding because it was after 20 years on the 20th anniversary of our friendship, we married, and it was the last weekend before the first lockdown in Germany. So, and everybody will remember it.
So you waited 20 years to get married?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not? We are in Germany.
But it worked. I mean, you managed to get married before the lockdown.
Before the lockdown, yes.
All right. So you'll never forget it now.
No, nobody will forget it, I guess. Ask Evelyn.
Right. So she was there then.
She was there, and Isabel was there as well. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
It was a great party and an event because we had the chance to stay there over the weekend and join all these families and friends for the whole weekend. It was a really, really great experience to be there.
So where was it? In Frankfurt?
No.
No, on the beach or
The
close
beach.
to the beach for sure.
Where you are now?
No, it was next to Lübeck. So it's at the Baltic Sea side.
Mhm.
It's not far from Hamburg. It's the next possible beach, best beach next to Hamburg at the Baltic Sea.
All
So,
right.
we had
And your kids were there?
one, because the eldest, she couldn't manage to do it because she is raising and breeding horses and dogs, and she's a European Western champion horse rider. So,
Okay.
and she had too much trouble that
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Okay. So now you're married and doing different sports and have a dog, 2 kids.
Yes.
Right. Living in Frankfurt. So tell us a little bit about your career-wise. And so after school and being told, you mentioned about languages, so and told that you weren't very good at languages. So did you master that?
Yeah. I did.
So-
I did together with economics and sports. And the first job I had was something nobody knows. It was the time of in the beginning, mid 80s, so where we had the first CAD things, so the computer aided design things, and I had the chance to translate all that stuff for a company, within a company. It was a manufacturing company, and they dealt with all these things for the first time, and nobody had German manuals for it and things like that. So I had the chance and to deep dive into this sector, and I never went out of it. So I was always for the rest of my life, mostly my business career in the tech business. So with CAD, with CAM, with PLM, and things like that. Only after that time, the first really long-term business engagement was with a pharmaceutical company, with a big one in Germany. That time they called it 𝗏𝗧𝗏, but 𝗏𝗏 then belonged to Boehringer Ingelheim. It's a very big one, famous one all over the world. And I had the chance and the possibility, because I had very great bosses. They saw my talent for reorganizing departments. So they sent me nearly every year to another department, so to rearrange and reorganize the departments. because I did it on a different way, like others were doing it, and everybody was happy at the end, although they had less people, more to do, but in a different way. And that was something what showed me what one could do if they have some help from a boss. Yeah, when they see and they look at the people and not only say, okay, you have studied this, you have to do that. Yeah. And it was the time when before I ended up there, I had to do and went through project management, agile methods, together with the area of the personal computer started, and I had the chance to learn all that. Yeah. Although nobody else ever wanted me to learn anything else, because they always said, when I asked said, no, you know everything. You do not need to join some classes out there. So.
But this was a direction you wanted to go in anyway.
Yeah, it was really interesting and fantastic to learn a lot and to get known to all and everything. So, you know, I'm a typewriter from the early beginners. So, and I ended up with floppy disks, so this big, and then the computer came, and then the mobile phones come into place. So I saw these mobile phones. Now we have these tiny ones, and we have the smartphones now. It's a great, and I'm always an early adopter of all and everything. So, and I love that.
Yeah. So embracing technology. It's funny how mobile phones were really big, and they went so small you could put in your top pocket as your shirt or something. And then it was too small, then they came smartphones, and then not just the regular size, and it's kind of the super size smartphones. So they get bigger again. Yeah,
because I think because when you only have your mobile phone with you when you're traveling, you like to see and have to see some Excel spreadsheets as well.
Yeah. Okay. So embracing technology is good, but also going back to what you mentioned earlier about everything's not all academical, it's more emotional as well, and the educational system needs to change accordingly. So moving forward into kind of the role that you're doing now, at what point did you decide that you kind of had enough of working for all the different types of companies and working in these teams to deciding that you wanted to kind of go alone and become more self-employed?
So I think it started around 10 years ago, because when you get kicked out from big US companies because you are too old when you're getting 50. So this was something I'm remembering, because all my colleagues got kicked out. And I thought before, and they started to rearrange the business at the big software company I was at last working for. They were kicking out the people because they had to do something differently for the shareholders and things like that. And so all the business I ramped up so far, they put in place for the partners and all other people. And I said, no, I will not do it. Yeah. So.
But did you see that? I mean, you were in HR kind of functions at the time. So did you see that coming?
No, I saw it coming because I saw the people always getting 50 and then kicked out. And because they they earned too much money. They wanted to reinvent. They had to be innovative and things like that. That's what they were telling the people. So and I was then asked by a headhunter to jump over to another job, and I did it. So went out of that business because I thought, okay, no, it's not that what I want anymore. But then I changed 2-3 times again within the 10 years, and I thought, no, it's everywhere the same. they always will come back and will not do what they promised you, because they all think it's not worth it investing in people and in people's mindset.
It's kind of strange, because you've invested in them to go and work in that company, and particularly the ones that kind of had longevity, I mean, being 10 plus years of their dedication to that company. And then you get to the golden age of 50, and then they want to kick you out. And then they claim it's because you're too old. You're not going to learn some new ways of working because you're too set in your own ways. You're too expensive. You're too this. Your health may be a problem.
Maybe.
Yes, but sorry, I can see this in many IT companies. Sorry for the interruption, but if you would like to see, and this has to be shown outside the company, that you are innovative, you're hip, you are quick, and so on, you shouldn't have an average age of your employees older than 50. I see it in my company right now. Every time we see the average in Germany of our company ages, it's around 50, but a lot of them are working for the company for 20, 25 or 30 years. So they don't kick them out, because they have learned now that this invest is a lot more worth than hiring young and agile people, potential agile people, and they have to train them completely from the beginning, from scratch.
Yeah. But 10 years ago, it wasn't that way.
Now it is changing, actually, because of the aging of population in the States, in Europe. Actually, companies are switching to keep people,
a little bit,
not full time, but to keep them in the company.
So just out of curiosity, who's over 50 on this call? Just to raise their hand.
But close.
So, but have you seen it? I mean, being stigmatized for, like, you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm getting near 50 now. Am I still going to have my job? Should I be looking for something else? Or do I need to suck up to the boss a bit more for the fear of losing my job? I mean, I've felt that, and I felt that. Do I then want to be at the mercy of their decision, or do I just want to think, well, that's not the company I want to work for anyway?
Yes, so I can tell from my side, I've changed job whenever I turned 39. I changed job, but right now I'm with this company more than 7 years right now. Right now, I wouldn't change job that easy again, because I'm thinking of retirement, and the company is a really, really big company, and they are offering some programs that you can leave the company earlier, get in a kind of retirement with a lot of money. So I wouldn't do this anymore. But when I was 50, I would do this every time again, yes.
Yeah, it's something that we could take kind of offline and have a separate discussion about, because I mean, just from people I know and my own personal experience, it's not a good one, in the way that a man-made number seems to have a massive influence on the way that you're treated in a company or getting another job. And they're not looking at abilities, they're looking at the number. You're 50, all right, we don't want you anymore, scrap heap. But anyway, that's something we can take offline and have a separate discussion about. So now,
really interesting.
In the essence of time, because we're probably going to go over now, so I want to, hopefully people can stay on a bit, because there's still more about, I want to know that. Let's go into what you're doing now. So if you can explain a bit more about the company that you represent, I mean, your own business, tell us a bit more about that, what it is, the name, why it's called that name, and so on.
So why is it called the connecting dot? Because I'm a very connecting people. Yes, we are doing competency and role-based business. So it's all about gap analysis, working in projects and project teams, working the new way. So like we should work and will work in in the future, because it will all based on roles and all based on projects in the future. So these are my thoughts and the thoughts of our experts there. And yes, when we building programs for companies, we are not selling solely a workshop or so. We are building a whole program around their needs. And we really do this kind of gap analysis, thinking, listening, talking to them. What are your thoughts? What do you have? What do you want? What do your people say? And have you ever talked to your people? Have you found out what your peoples can do beside of their work? What are they doing? This is something what James was asking and telling about his kid. So in school, it's the same. Nobody knows in the company, what are my people do when they are not at work? In what are they good? And
exactly.
things like that.
That goes back to what I said about the teacher and my son.
Yeah.
Do you know what he does outside of school? No idea.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that understanding, then how can you nurture and grow them? So is that the gong? Is it some?
I don't know.
Is it lunchtime or something? Is it lunchtime? Right. Okay. Anyway, when you started the business, this was solely on your own, or did you do it in collaboration with someone else, or did that come later?
I do it in collaboration with Evelyn. We are together. We hosting this business together. We have a lot of experts. We are the business builders for the experts. So we are doing business analysis. We are doing business.
So how did you, sorry to interrupt, how did you meet Evelyn?
Oh, Evelyn and myself, we know each other since 17 years, Evelyn, so far. Yeah.
16 years, Mona.
Yeah, 16.
Wow.
So I think, yeah, it was in the PTC time when we worked for the same company. I had the first job interview with her for an inside sales job for Barcelona.
And she said, no, you're too old.
No, she was interviewing me.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I was in the street of Dublin for another interview. I was searching for a job and I was applying in Ireland and also for a job in Barcelona because I wanted to go somewhere abroad from Germany.
So where are you based now?
Well, I'm now based in Munich.
All right, okay.
And in Mallorca. So I changed
Mallorca,
between
nice.
these two places with an M.
Very nice. So the two of you got together, you kind of had enough of the way that companies work at the moment. Could you change something? Could you influence with your own way of your own practices and whatever? So you got together and formed the Connecting Dot.
Yes, we did. And we built it and we built all on our own and we learn on the fly.
So how long ago was that?
It's not long ago. So we kicked off officially January 2020, short before the lockdown.
All right, so quite recent then. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good time to start a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody is now keen to do work differently.
Everyone needs to work differently.
Yes.
You've had enough of the old ways.
Yeah.
Right. So in the team, the typical team, you have other people, other experts working with you?
Yes, we have experts working with us. They are all self-employed. They are freelancers. They have their own business. They have their own companies also. We have partners in Switzerland, the Life Institute. We have partners in the UK. It's the Supply Chain Academy and a lot of others. So in Germany, the Careers Lounge and we are working together. So building relationships, bringing communities together, bringing people together. So this is my main focus, to find the people for the right jobs, having the right people for the right jobs, for the right projects, and connecting them to
Okay, so just a bit about how the business model works. Who are your typical ideal clients?
It's different. So we have pharmaceutical companies, we have automotive companies. We can do all and everything.
But they're more kind of the SME type businesses?
At the moment, more the larger ones.
All right.
But we can also do the mid-size to large and the smaller ones. So it's
okay. And then from your engagement with them, you kind of identify the areas of change or the pain that they're having, yes. And then you look and see who are the experts within your team that could fulfill a need.
Yes, and we do always do. So the first talk I'm doing so with the clients, and then finding out the needs and the gaps, and then bringing for the next course, bring in the experts for these areas, because I know the experts, and bringing in the experts, I write then the offerings and things like that, and bringing in the experts. Okay, so you're kind of the main orchestrator, facilitator of all of this. So what type of experts are you looking for any at the moment? At the moment, we have a lot of project process managers all around that stuff. So we have some experts in team building, and we have communication experts. We have public relation people. We have nearly all and everything. What I'm looking for at the moment is really, I have to fill into 2 positions for freelancers, but they want to have the freelancers for 40 hours a week. And they need to speak German, but it's one for a program office lead and one for a transition lead. It's a global company where we have to bring them in. Yeah, I'm good on TV. You could have me. You are good on TV. Are you good on traveling and speaking German as well?
That's nicht so good.
There's the gap.
I was going to say, where's Walter? Because Walter could help me out there. He's normally on this call. But so you primarily focus on the German market with that could be international, or no, is it anywhere?
It's international. So we have companies at the moment we are working with in Slovakia, Slovakia, Slovenia. For
what about Russia?
No.
What about Bulgaria?
What about India, the US? I mean, we've got people everywhere.
It's not a problem. I know some really good people in India as well.
Yeah, Paul's in India. He could help out. Yeah. There's Pete in the US.
What about Hungary?
Yeah, Hungary. Yeah. South Africa. I forgot to mention South Africa.
So I love South Africa.
Moscow. We've got Moscow. Yeah.
Moscow. No. I'm really not into Moscow. I cannot speak the language.
No, but we have.
But you're looking for experts, right? So that's what's
Right.
Yeah. So this is.
And Catherine, I'm not sure. I can't remember where Catherine's from.
Yeah. So this is what we are doing. So we are trying to find the right people for the projects, for the companies, so that they can work for them. And
so as an example, I mean, you would engage with other experts that could be effectively on the books. So if you need them, you can call upon them. But it doesn't mean
we are working together. So we worked out a strategy, a whole program for how to be effective in project management and all around project management. This is something we put together with a whole project management team we have within our experts. So they are really engaged. They are not only our experts, and I recall them when I need them. So we are working together. We have team calls. We know each other. We are really, like you do it for 𝗏𝗏𝗏 as well. We really dedicated to each other because we are open, we are transparent, working. We do not only say, you are an expert, like most of companies do, you only earn 800 euros per day. So no, we share this because it's the expert who is doing the work, who has the material, who has the knowledge, who has the mindset. I am the orchestrator. I am the one who's selling, who is, so the business function and things like that, like Evelyn as well. And then we share on a very good way. So we try to find the best amount and for the
balance.
customer. So the fees.
But I like that. And I think, I mean, a lot of the people on this call are self-employed and they are experts in the field that they do. And I mean, we've got copywriters, we've got branding people, we've got more technical architects and so on, without going through everybody. But I mean, everybody here has a skill set that potentially could blend into what you're doing.
Yes. And this is something we really look at as well, because everybody can replace, or if somebody gets ill on a project or something like that, there is always somebody who is nearly that good and could fulfill the position as well. And this is and being the experts in different levels as well. And this is really something we look at.
Yeah.
I work exactly the same way since 2006.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make this more interactive as well for the audience, because normally we open it up earlier for the audience to ask questions, but we didn't get to where you were early enough. So, I mean, if you've got any questions to the audience that you want to ask them, or if they got any to you that they want to ask, particularly about maybe the role of the company, how they could be a part, if at all.
So it would be really great from my side to learn more about each of you, what you are doing, how are you working, what are you working, are you interested to collaborate and things like that. So this is our main focus. So because I know by heart all the people, I have an extended network, and I'm working with another network like Working Out Loud with John Stepper as well. And we have different communities bringing together because to getting the most out of it.
But I think it can work both ways as well. That once people are kind of on board and part of the virtual team, then if they come across an opportunity that is not necessarily for them and their skills, they can look at the pool of people that they could invite as well, because then you've come in from a trusted source.
That's it.
Yeah. So I think everybody here, I mean, including myself, will probably want to engage with you to see, could we be part of this, how we could collaborate and so on. Yeah,
you can, whenever you like. You can send me an email, drop me a LinkedIn, and then we do one-on-ones and find out where you can fit in. And
so maybe we'll just go round, so just to let people know, because I said that they're experts at doing different things. Let's just kick this off. So Pete, what do you do?
Well, first, let me just say, Mona, I've really enjoyed hearing your background. It's fascinating, and I'm sure we could get into a lot more of specifically your competitions and now the work you're doing. But thank you for that. My background is in brand strategy, brand expansion, and brand licensing. That's the area I primarily focus, with a little bit in marketing as well, helping to tell the story to target audiences. But this is where I, really, it's kind of my wheelhouse and what I really love to do. So I help people understand why brand strategy is important, brand architecture, brand positioning, and then how do you expand your brand optimally? So what does that look like? Why should you expand a brand? And if you are able to, who should you do it with? So this is my area. I've been working in it for more than 20 years and really love it.
Yeah. So we have some people over here in Vienna, but they are really young, but did a lot of great jobs as well. So there are parallels, and you are in the US, they are in Austria, and perhaps you should also connect to us.
Yeah, I mean, I just love talking to anybody who, enjoys this area and sees its value, why it's important. The whole idea that we look at brands, great brands build relationships, just like we have personal relationships. So you and I are getting to know each other today. This guy over here who's been, interviewing you, James, I've known him for more than, now almost 2 years. So our relationship is much more developed. And so the trust level grows as you develop a relationship. So that's important. And it's funny how brands want to jump, they want to, they just met you, now they want to sell you something. And you're like, wait a second, if we translate this into a personal relationship, you met me one time, you're not going to marry me tomorrow, so it's the same kind of philosophy, but people don't seem to understand it. So I would very much enjoy connecting with you and your team in Vienna. And if nothing else, what I love about this platform is just meeting all these fascinating people with incredible backgrounds and just broadening my understanding. So if we just do that, that will be plenty. But if we get to do more, that's even better.
Yeah. Thank you, Pete.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, go on. I was just going to introduce you, but go
on. Thank you, Mona, for this, for your story. And actually, it resonates with me because I'm also a dancer. I did ballet for 12 years, so I understand your feelings and why you did that. It's also interesting to hear about your business now, and I think it's really helpful, and connecting people is what we need in every field. As for me, I'm a writer, and I do quantum strategy and quantum writing. So yeah, hopefully we could work together at some point.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks, Inna. Where are you located?
I'm in Moscow, in Russia.
In Moscow, wow.
That's what I'm saying. There's some great people here. Yeah, and I know Paul you were itching to talk because you dropped in the chat. So Paul, did you want to say anything?
No, he is.
All right. Well, he's there by name. All right, I
He
think
was
he's
just here.
But he did say in the chat, I mean, all great stuff. And then, I mean, he's in India as well. So there's lots of people that have good things. That Catherine, and I know we can't see you, but did you want to say anything? And Tarios in South Africa. Tarios?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
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 I couldn't switch on my camera because I'm at home and, I didn't go to the office today. But yeah, anyways, thank you, Mona, for your story and the introduction, the whole thing. It was quite entertaining, and I learned a few things there. Well, I'm from South Africa, and I am a virtual administrator. Wow. So I handle people's calendars. I do emails, and I'm just kind of like looking for clients from anywhere in the world, basically. If if there are people willing to do that, or if there are people looking for virtual assistants. So yeah, I do a number of things. I do travel research. I do blog management, a whole lot of different things. Customer service. I worked as a customer service person before, and I'm currently working as an office administrator right now. So I thought to myself, because I enjoy it. So I thought to myself, I can do it on the side. So that's like my part-time job, my part-time business.
Mm-hmm. So I know a friend of mine and former colleague, he founded a company only for virtual assistants. And he's always looking for very good people.
Wow, that's great.
And
Yeah,
he
so
lived,
you should definitely
in South Africa, but now in Portugal. So James, your turn next.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I mean, having these calls, although we do it kind of informally, you can still connect with people. And I mean, it's not necessarily what you do. You might know someone who knows someone, and like, as you said, connecting
The
dots together.
Oh,
there's Beach Girl.
Beach.
I found a nice pic.
All right. In your bikini?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't lower the camera. So people should connect. I've just dropped your LinkedIn profile or your LinkedIn URL in the chat, so people should connect to you. But if you also want to join 𝗏𝗏𝗏, then most people are on 𝗏𝗏𝗏 as well.
Yeah.
And it is a good way for connecting. And you'll find tons of other people there as well. And we all met kind of through that, because I started doing this a year or so ago. Okay. And I don't know anyone here personally, I mean, as in physically meeting, but I feel that strong emotional connection with them all, because we've done so many of these now. Yeah. And so many have been guests as well, that you have that trusted relationship as well. And then when you actually come to see how people work, then you admire what they do even more.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I encourage that you to connect with people. Paul, I don't know if I know you put something in the chat. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, my net was a bit slow. Now it's okay. So I'll just tell about me, what we do. My company makes softwares for publishing industry, for managing subscribers and advertisers, and it has got some inbuilt accounting feature. That is my specialization. And second specialization right now is even in the insurance domain, managing policies. So we make softwares for that. These are the two things. And right now my focus is getting customers in Switzerland. So I'm sitting here with the internet, trying to get customers on the internet. That's what I'm doing. Just
great.
Right. Where are you located in India?
I'm in right now I'm in Kerala. Kerala, it's a village in Kerala. We are originally from Bombay. So we have so we are right now, because of this lockdown, we are in Kerala for a long time.
Okay.
Right. And Catherine, I don't know if you're there, if you want to say anything.
I don't think so.
Okay.
She's all time muted.
Right. Okay. Anyway, Beach Girl, what do you do?
I'm in sales for now more than 20 years, and I'm working for a really big American software company. I'm selling licenses and cloud sales and hardware part-times, and I'm responsible for the financial sector. So my customers, for example, are Deutsche Börse, so German exchange, or some kinds of banks for Commerzbank or ING or whatever. And yes, I'm with this company more than 7 years, and it's still interesting because software is always changing. It's not a stable thing like something made out of wood or something else. So you have to learn every time everything more. And we do a reorg nearly every year, so it's always a change there. New customers, new products, new buses. So Mona knows this already. In May she's already asking me, okay, what's going to change this time?
So potentially some of your clients could be some for Mona as well.
Yes, we tried. Shortly before the lockdown, we had scheduled several time of workshops with my company, for example, working with difficult customers. We wanted to do a workshop, but due to Corona, we couldn't have done it. And but I had a special training, a one-to-one, face-to-face training with one of the trainers, and it's really, really good. I can really tell you have to book it she is having really good trainers.
Yeah. So thanks for that. So Mona, we didn't actually have time to touch on, I mean, you want to do a lot more on the educational side with children as well.
Yes, yes.
So, I mean, that is something separate.
I'm doing a lot of things. I'm in a lot of networks and communities for empowering women, like Working Out Loud, or working for the children, like I said. So,
yeah. I know we haven't had time.
Childhoods.
Sorry, time has kind of eluded us in the way that we could talk for many more hours, and people are dropping off because they already had other things planned after, and we've already gone way over the time. So do you have anything that you want to leave us with that we can think about or whatever, or how, I mean, I've given the LinkedIn link so people can connect.
I think even the best at the moment is to say, stay safe, stay curious.
Yeah. Okay, so, but I encourage people to reach out to you separately, and then they can set up calls and then just explore a bit further. I believe that we all have skills that can blend in together, and someone needs them somewhere. It's just about like having someone help us kind of connect those dots. Yes. And then so I'm plugging you too much here, you see. So and then we can help one another.
Yes, we should. So bringing the communities together, collaborate.
So on that note, I'd like to thank our audience for coming on and being interactive. You can join every Friday, not for the next 2 weeks because I'm on holiday, but there's always an interesting guest, and yeah, the next one will be our 56th guest. I already know who they are all the way up until mid-November, right? Although some people.
Wow, you've had all those scheduled already, James? That's impressive.
I've had to actually move some. We know Paul Bishop was going to be the guest next week. Right, and he's a guy from South Africa. He helps connect entrepreneurs and startups and everything and whatever. And yeah, he was going to be my guest next week, so I had to move him. So he's not happy with that. But anyway, there's always great people, and that's what makes it quite special as well. So knowing the stories, but I love what you do. It resonates a lot with me. I know we have our own calls set up, and I want to learn a lot more about what you do and how I can be a part of it. And I encourage others to do so, because some of us already work together. Like I do things with Paul, and we've done events and things. Paul, I meant to say Pete, although I'd like to do things with Paul as well. But I mean, with Pete, we've done lots of kind of webinars and things. With Inma, I'm doing things with as well, particularly to try and look in different markets, not just in Russia, but throughout Europe. So there's a lot of things that collectively we can do together. So, and I also spoke with Tarios, and I think she's great and also needs a bit of a helping hand. So anything that we can help her with would be wonderful. But I mean, for all of us. So Mona, any closing comment or anything that you wanted to leave us with? I think you already said it, but anything else?
Thank you very much for all the people who were joining, who were asking questions, and I'm here to help. Please connect. Let's have a chat. But I'm also on holiday for the next 10 days. All after the 20s.
Enjoy.
So the next show will be on the 30th, so Friday the 30th, and we'll have a mystery guest for another exciting guest. So on that note, thank you everyone. Thank you for our wonderful 55th guest, and I'll see you all on the 30th.
Yeah.
Great weekend, everyone.
Thank you. Enjoy your holiday and have a nice weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.
Okay. So, were you happy?
Let me just Let me just stop this recording.